Hello, beautiful people, and hello, beautiful Courtney Dillon, whose information is in the description box. So glad you're joining us today. And if it's the first time you're visiting this channel, welcome. We also have Erik, my son in the afterlife, who's going to help us tackle this particular topic. Today's topic is the Lahaina fires. We think that's how you pronounce it.
He says that's correct. He says, "Hi, Mom." He's saying hi to everybody. He's happy to be here today.
Oh, I love you, sweetheart.
He loves you too.
We got a great group of questions from the community. They always ask the best questions. So anyway, here we go, Erik. How did the fire start? Was it man-made or natural?
He kind of smirks and he says that most people have a sense or are on to the fact that these fires were man-made.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Were they intentional or accidental?
Yes, intentional.
Ooh, why?
The simplest answer he's going to give is, I'm sorry, he's standing right there. So sorry if I turn my head. The simplest answer he's going to give is it's a larger agenda of power and control.
Property values, related to property values, I bet.
Linked to property values and he calls it a land grab, actually. So this looks like what he's saying. He's showing me hands and hands kind of reaching in to sort of quickly grab land and take land away from, the rightful owners. And what he shows me that this was an intentional act it was an intentional act. And
well, I think we've got some other questions that might elucidate that. They're pretty interesting. Now, it was reported the electricity was turned off before the fire started, but why did they say the fire was caused by downed power lines?
It looks like there is a way in which the narrative of the story had to be constructed in order to, kind of make sense to most people.
Yeah.
But in actuality, there is a more nefarious agenda.
A lot of questions in regards to that. Do the cartels have anything to do with the fire?
No, not directly. He's not talking about cartels.
All right, let's talk about this as a big conspiracy. There are so many conspiracy theories targeting Oprah. Conspiracists think that Oprah always has the most nefarious intentions whenever she offers humanitarian help. I don't know if that's true, but if she opens a school for the kids in Africa, she's accused of being a part of a child sex trafficking. Or in this case, they think Oprah is behind the Lahaina fire to grab land. Once and for all, Erik, can you tell us more about whether Oprah has any part of this and her?
No, he's not mentioning Oprah at all. There does not appear to be a direct link to her.
Okay.
And I just want to say that I'm just channeling answers. So
yeah, don't shoot the messenger, people. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Was this fire meant to make most people leave their homes to build later hotels and other constructions? In other words, was this criminal in that way?
Yeah, he would agree with that. He says there are other reasons. So there's he's showing me like a piece of paper, and on the piece of paper there's like a list of different reasons, and that's like probably the first reason on this list. This is unfortunate, and I'm not saying this cavalierly. Obviously this affects a lot of people, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course. Sorry for everyone who's lost their lives. Can you name the second most
there's resources. He points to natural resources that the people who own the land will have. There's some natural resources on this land that was burned, and he's going underneath the earth, and he's also there's other resources sort of directly on the land. And so the person or a group rather that owns this land will have more access to these resources. There's also something to do, he's taking me down the list, with like energetic points of power on the planet.
Oh,
Um,
like vortices or ley lines and stuff like that?
yeah, this has to do something with ley lines.
Mm.
And there are certain points of power on the planet. And, you know, if you can think of, if you've been to a place, like he's taking me to Sedona, for example, like
Yeah.
if you know, if you've been to Sedona, and you get out of the car, most people can feel the energy, that it's a place of power. Well, it also looks like Maui is the same way, that it really is a place of power, or what he calls a heart. And I don't exactly understand this, so sorry, but he can elaborate, but it's like a heart chakra of the earth.
Oh, wow.
And so there's some really important energetic places in this island. And so there's sort of like been a battle for this this spot, you know,
For what use?
to control these places of power. Because the more that people understand their own power and that they are attracted to go to these places of power, the more it wakes up people, the more people become aware of, he's saying, like, the more people become aware of who they are, and they begin to just kind of not fall in line with what we're supposed to do.
And so, and the global elite or somebody doesn't want that to happen, I guess.
Correct.
To be in the
Correct.
dark. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I heard that a group of 1,200 children just disappeared after being led to a building. What happened to these children? First of all, is that true? But what happened to these children and why? Also, there are no reports of children missing from their parents, apparently. What is going on? Was this like one big child snatch?
He doesn't have, he's not saying yes on that story.
Okay.
He can talk about the other larger purposes, but I don't see anything, I could be missing something, but I don't see anything having to do with children.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Were children picked up in the water and used for human trafficking? Do you see that?
not to that, if there were, not to the degree of 1,200. I'm not saying if,
Okay.
yeah. So no, there wasn't, I don't think there was 1,200 children. It does
Were
not look
any
like
children taken into human trafficking? I mean, take advantage of a catastrophe in that way? Horrible.
He says that in these type of catastrophes, sometimes they're used for that purpose. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Was this attack done with a direct energy laser weapon from the shadow government? Social media users are claiming blue objects that survived the August 2023 wildfires in Hawaii prove lasers ignited the flames. But according to some sources, this is false. The blazes did not spare structures based on color, and there's no evidence directing energy weapons that directed energy weapons are to blame. What's the truth? Are there some sort of, is it a weapon?
It does look like there's a weapon that it is directed energy weapon, and it does look like layers, some type of laser that was used to start this, what he calls attack. So the answer is yes to that question.
Was that because they wanted the land grab, etc., or was it just military op went wrong, gone bad?
No, there's a larger agenda here, a land grab.
Great, but the shadow government is involved, or global elites, or Bilderberg complex, and all that stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't want to name specifically for our safety, but basically, he will say that he sorry, he just says top of the pyramid. Go to the top of the pyramid.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Okay.
The fire left a red-roofed house seemingly untouched by the devastation around it. Everyone's calling it the miracle house. Why was this house spared? And so were other houses in other areas. Why were some houses spared, including this miracle house?
He shows me that the miracle house. This is interesting. I don't even know. I haven't seen a picture of it or anything,
No.
but there is some type of energetic barrier around the house that kept it protected.
Oh, wow. From the homeowner? Maybe it was, or,
Yeah, somebody who lives there knows what they're doing.
oh, wow. All right. Why did Biden say, quote unquote, I'm laser focused on the recovery and rebuilding efforts on Maui? Was it a laser that focused on the earth to cause the fire in the first place? And how peculiar it was to hear Biden respond using this terminology. I mean, people say laser focus, so it might be just.
He doesn't, he's not really saying that there's a correlation here. In practicality, he is agreeing that there is something nefarious going on here. Absolutely.
Right.
But he's not saying that was the reason he used that term.
Yeah. All right. Have forest fires ever melted aluminum? I can imagine that they do. I mean, I remember sometimes I would boil water when I was getting ready.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I forget that the water was boiling. It was an aluminum pan, and I went in there and saw just bubbling on the stove, melted. So, boy, I got in trouble for that too. I did it twice. Can you believe it? Slow learner. All right. Why was the siren not used?
Part of the calculated attack, he says.
Oh. How many people you think died? Even if it's just a number of digits, I don't know. I mean, some of them must have just incinerated.
It feels like there's a couple of hundred people here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm getting around 200, give or take. Okay. So,
was it a coincidence that a high-level picture showed an elliptical ring of fire? I guess up in altitude that they had there was an elliptical ring of fire. What's that all about?
He doesn't know about that.
Okay.
He's not speaking to that.
Okay. Did police officers unwittingly direct the cars back into the area of the fire?
It does not look like the police officers did anything on purpose.
Okay. Nothing nefarious with them.
No, it looks like they were, it looks like I can see it. It's really intense. It's showing me it's just, there's so much going on and they're trying to figure out the best course of action and they're trying to help people. And there's nothing that they were trying to do on purpose.
Yeah, and the fires, they have a mind of their own and
they have a mind of their own and it can change and they're, it's high alert and there's people in the water and there's people screaming and there's people running and they're just trying to figure out where is the best place to direct people to safety and they did the best they could.
Now, apparently some roads were blocked. Were the roads blocked, but one deliberate attempt to cause more loss of life? But I don't know, something wrong.
Not necessarily, no. He does see that okay, I'm sorry to say this, but he's showing me the image of, the saying blood on somebody's hands, blood on their hands. He shows me that there is something here that doesn't add up. Yeah. And we can see that. And I think a lot of people watching this, they're probably watching this video because they actually can see that.
Yeah.
And I'm hesitant to even make these kind of videos, to be honest with you.
No, it's contrast,
Yeah.
Experience.
Exactly.
Polarity. Is this the beginning of something even more sinister?
It's already been underway for quite some time, right? But what he says, it's most important right now to focus on what you can do, okay, to building sustainable communities, to focus on your own work. And by work, he means spiritual practice, and to focus on loving one another and loving our neighbors.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that this didn't happen to people and to minimize it and this is a horrible, horrible tragedy. It's horrible. And to not, but it's like, in order to succeed during this time period on the planet, because there's going to be more of this type of stuff, unfortunately, we have to kind of learn to come together and see past these, he says, petty differences. And really see people with our heart and see people as our community, and kind of come together and start to really focus on that. And not that we can't know about this, but take our energy away from
the
victimhood.
Fear.
Yeah, victimhood is what I'm hearing.
Don't
fear.
The fear. Live life in love, not fear. Of course, that does not trivialize the loss of life and horrible tragedy.
No, we're not trying to, but
no,
it's really important, like, that we respond to anything like this and come at it from a place of empowerment. As weird as that sound. Yeah. As weird as that sounds, because we could choose, everybody, and he's saying everybody that's listening to this, including myself, could choose to listen back to this recording and think, I give up, it's hopeless, throw up my hands, I'm just going to sit in my house, whatever. But that is not the best course of action right now. He's saying that our best course of action is to really, what can I offer the world? What do I need to change within myself to be more in tune with the vibration of love? Is
that one of the lessons for the collective? Is it like a
absolutely contract? Absolutely? And he's saying it's going to get a little grittier. Sorry, the next few months in particular look like, I think the eclipses bring it in, but there's some chaos that's going to be happening. And so it's important that we ground down and really we're here for a reason.
Keep our balance, our perspective. Right.
Yeah. And keep focused, because we are here for a reason. The people watching this program are here for a reason.
Okay. Is the WEF, I had to look it up, World Economic Forum, responsible for this to make way for a smart city? They want to build a smart city?
Not, are they responsible for this? Yes and no is the answer. Yes, in that you can, if you look hard enough, it's like backdoor. There's backdoor influences or backdoor money coming in to do this. But there's also other organizations and other influences. So yes and no is the answer.
Right. So it's not like the World Economic Forum said, let's burn down that city.
No.
We could, okay, I got it. Was the governor, mayor, and chief of police aware this was going to happen? Since, they were out of town apparently when it happened.
Governor, chief, so let me say one at a time. Okay. Governor, no. Fine. Chief of police, mayor, no, I'm getting no. And what was the other one?
Chief of police?
No, they weren't actually.
They were just lucky.
Yeah.
Governor Josh Green signed an emergency proclamation just weeks before the fire. Did he know this was going to go down?
This is interesting, but not directly, no. Now we could, it's like he was influenced and told, this is what you're going to do, but it's not like he knew exactly what was going to come down, because I'm hearing no.
And what was he told that would make him sign an emergency proclamation?
There was like a story constructed that this was, I don't understand this part, but he's saying it was, there was an idea that something could happen in the coming months, but he was not given direct knowledge that this is what was going to happen. That's
okay.
I don't think so. No.
All right. Let's do one more and then we'll break and do part 2.
Okay.
Why did State Senator Gil, G-I-L, I guess, Keith Agaron resign over the Lahaina fires? State Senator.
He did seem to know something.
Really?
And was asked to step down. Yes.
Why was he asked to step down?
He's saying he can't really go into all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a
Safety issue.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
this is kind of a similar question, so I'll just ask this too before we pause. Herman Andaya resigned as emergency management director. Why? And did he know ahead of time?
Here's the thing. He's showing me like some people, he's not going to speak directly to any certain person for our safety, but
Right.
some people have had, it's almost like they've been given bits or pieces of information, but they've not necessarily been given, this is the whole story.
Oh, I see.
So, and that's kind of how some of this apparently works, that they'll give some players bits or pieces of information, but they won't necessarily be like, this is happening on this date and this time, and this is what's going to happen, and take cover. It's like something may happen. It's like a little more, the word is cloudy and shrouded.
Well, why did he resign? Was just horrified by what happened, and I think he was the one that decided not to put the siren on or something.
He felt that the person that you're speaking about felt pressure to resign, and it was believed that he had culpability because of the siren, so that's why he resigned. Okay,
I gotcha. All right, well, let's pause and stop this, and you guys hit the notification bell. Check Courtney Dillon out. She does a whole lot of stuff, not just channeling people. Worth a look. CourtneyDillon.com. Just click on the link below. And please subscribe to our channel as well. Bye.